Hi guys, so I'm going to read Marvel Transformers number 14. So the Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, rock and roll out. It is a time-honored tradition, one steeped in a profound symbolism that traces its roots back millions of years to the planet Cybertron. There, born in the fires of civil war, it marked those whose nobility of purpose set them apart from a race of savage would-be tyrants. It is called the right of the Autobrand. Today, on the planet Earth, it has lost none of its significance. Writer, Bob Budiansky. Penciler, Don Perlin. Inker, Al Gordon. Letterer, Janice Chang. Colorist, Neil Yomtov. Editor, Michael Carlin. Editor-in-Chief, Jim Shooter.
To quote the old Cybertronic proverb, Jetfire, may your luster never dull, and your wires never cross.
I am honored to join the Autobots, Optimus Prime. You rescued me from falling into the Decepticon camp, and used the creation matrix to ignite the spark of life within me. I humbly offer you my thanks. My services are yours for eternity.
I only helped you achieve your maximum mechanical potential. It was the least I could do. And, as for serving me, understand that only common cause and mutual agreement bind one Autobot to another. By commanding, it is I who serve, for that is what the other Autobots ask of me. If ever they should want me to step down, I will. If ever you want to leave, you may. That is the right of every Autobot. Now, please, take this. Within it mingle the donated fuels of your new Autobot brethren. Your acceptance of it symbolizes your becoming one with us. Welcome to the Autobots, Jetfire.
The joyful words of Optimus Prime resonate within the volcanic cavern that births the Autobots' damaged spacecraft, the Ark. Minutes later,
you are the first of a new generation of Autobots, Jetfire, built on Earth to defend Earth from the Decepticons. They've inflicted heavy casualties upon us. Your addition to our group, and the addition of others like you, is vital in maintaining our fighting strength. But meanwhile, here in our repair bay, Chief Medical Officer Ratchet is getting our injured back to combat-ready status.
Don't expect any miracles, Optimus. I'm short spare parts, bonding alloys, even gaskets to stop some of them from leaking to death. Some of these poor wrecks may never fight for you again.
Do what you can, but for their sake, not mine, Ratchet. I know you're trying your best. I know.
Soon, elsewhere in the Ark.
The medical report is not good, Wheeljack. How goes your work with the mind bank?
Everything's wired up and ready to go. All systems check out. Those engrams have been dormant 40 million years. But if I can't wake 'em up, no one can.
What does it all mean?
Hopefully, you will soon see, Jetfire. Wheeljack, proceed.
5 gleaming crystals are lowered into 5 receptacles mounted on a console. Before them, 5 lifeless forms stand immobile. The console hums louder and louder as the energy level within it builds, until the transferal process begins. 5 fingers of light streak across the chamber and find 5 targets: grapple, hoist, smokescreen, skids, and tracks. What happened? Where am I? Commander Optimus Prime.
Among friends.
What's he talking about? A good sign. After 40 million years, he remembers you. Their minds appear intact.
I will explain. Long ago on Cybertron, other Autobots and I were embarking on a perilous mission into space. You 5 allowed me to copy your minds in case I required more warriors during the mission. Your engrams were encoded as a pattern of light within crystalline containment vessels. The Decepticons ambushed us, causing the Ark to crash land here on Earth. Our war continues. And now, your presence is needed. The Ark built these 5 bodies into which I've just placed your minds. Now, all of you live for a second time. Bumblebee will help you acclimate you to your new environment.
Earthlings would call me a tour guide.
Then let's get going.
Grapple. On Cybertron, you were a renowned architect. I need your skills here for the moment.
As you wish, Commander.
Autobots, transform.
Remember, this is a training mission. Under no circumstances are you to engage the enemy. You're not ready for that yet.
Let's roll. This is a weird form. Nothing like the one I had on Cybertron.
Well, I'm not sure.
I like mine. Get used to it, friends. 'Cause as long as we're among the Earthlings, that's the way you're gonna stay. You mean they all look like this? Meanwhile, as Bumblebee struggles to answer Skid's questions, 2 miles off the Oregon coast, another mission is underway. This isn't my idea of a fun weekend.
It's not mine either, Mr. Blackrock. But you're the one who asked to come here to check on what we're doing. And it's my job to escort you.
Remind me to thank you one day, Barnett. Nice to know you government intelligence guys are doing something useful with my taxes. Spending it on me.
Keep it down about my job. These crewmen all think I'm a visiting naval officer. I've got a cover to maintain.
Well, I've got an industrial empire to maintain, beginning with recovering that oil rig from those robots. The Decepticons stole the rig in Transformers number 6.
We've already been through this, Mr. Blackrock. Any assault on the rig could cause oil leakage and severe environmental damage. Meanwhile, we can at least make sure no one gets in or out.
And several hundred yards away aboard the rig.
Shockwave has abandoned us. We've been here for weeks, awaiting his next order. If he won't command the Decepticons, then I will.
We're surrounded, Starscream. Trapped. What difference does it make now who commands?
Skywarp is right. Even with our vast firepower, we're outgunned by the Fleshlings' ships.
I didn't accept the job of heading this energy procurement operation to become Shockwave's fool, Thundercracker. We must do something.
Meanwhile, 2 miles to the east.
Oh, Brad, coming to the beach was such a good idea.
It's so quiet and peaceful. Just you, me, and the seagulls. What is that?
It sure isn't any seagull, Janet.
Astonishingly, what looks like a 40-foot gun rockets out to sea, and in minutes reaches the oil drilling platform, deftly zigzagging past a barrage of artillery fire from the naval armada. It looked like we were shooting balloons at that thing. We didn't even scratch it.
We didn't even touch it.
Commander Shockwave, we demand an explanation of your whereabouts. Now!
That is Starscream demands. It really doesn't make much difference to me.
Me neither.
Spare me the sound of your whimpering modulations. My timetable makes no allowance for it. Are these vessels filled with fuel?
Yes.
What? We worked weeks to collect those petrochemicals.
Bzzz. Your efforts are duly noted. I've just finished building a power siphon. By directing the fuel through the hose, the machine draws out the fuel's chemical energy and stores it in these energon cubes. These cubes shall free us from isolated outposts, like this, in quest for fuel. Any form of energy can be siphoned and used by us anytime, anywhere. We shall be able to roam this world as we please, to conquer it, to squeeze it till every last drop of fuel flows through our circuits. Tonight, to test the siphon at a site 87.3 miles from here, a tremendous release of sonic energy is scheduled, and we shall be there to seize it.
Amazing. Your monitoring equipment heard every word, Captain.
Microphones hidden on the rig supports by our frogmen make it easy to eavesdrop, Mr. Black. Gather the energon cubes. We leave immediately.
Battle stations! Get those fighters in the air! Now!
The Decepticons transform and take to the air.
Skywarp. The fleshlings fly to meet us. Toss them a cube.
As you command.
Shockwave bursts the cube with a single bolt of powerful X-rays, and a blinding release of energy paints everything white. 10 minutes later.
My eyesight's coming back. I don't see them. They got away. They made the strongest naval force this side of the Pacific look like toy boats floating in a bathtub. And we couldn't do a thing to stop them. Not a thing. Blast.
The next morning, somewhere in northwestern Oregon, Bumblebee and his trainees approach a major thoroughfare. Before we turn onto this road, remember, on this world, carbon-based life forms, not mechanical, are predominant. We are here to observe them, protect them from the Decepticons, if necessary, but not to interfere.
In that case, let's turn back. I have no desire to go among those aliens and risk my finish getting scratched.
Trax, stop admiring yourself in the rear mirror for a moment and pay attention. Optimus Prime wants us to do everything possible to disguise our presence on this planet. So he had Wheeljack build into us special panels to cover our Autobot insignias. Activating shielding circuitry. Paper-thin metal sheets noiselessly slide over areas of the Autobots' forms. And to further reduce suspicion,
Wheeljack installed some props within our seat cushions. Activate fast smile circuitry.
In rapid succession, 5 mannequins spring into place.
Good. Remember, on this planet, cars don't talk aloud. So from here on, all communication among us is limited to inter-Autobot radio. Now, we are ready to join humanity. Speak for yourself. My hubcaps need polishing.
Well, I can't wait to meet some natives. I feel ridiculous.
You said it. When among humans, we must obey their signs. So restrict your speed to 50 miles per hour. Humans imposing their rules on us? They treat machines as if they own them. That's the point I've been trying to get across, Trax. On this planet, they do. Cars are not considered free, living beings. Humans are responsible for them. Now, observe how I let my puppet handle the talking at this fueling station. Can't I help you, sir? Please fill up my tank, attendant. And my friend's tank as well. So there's some music, I think it's supposed to be like Bruce Springsteen, like parody or something. It's like they can't use, so it's like can't start a fire without a light, without a spark, but it's a light.
What's the nature of the audio signals emanating from that box, fellow human?
Fellow human? Everybody knows that's Brick Springstern and the 10th Avenue Band. The radio station's been playing his music all week on account of the concert this evening at the stadium.
Concert?
Yeah, biggest one in years. 80,000 people, rain or shine. You know what they say? The show must go on. Hey, how do you talk without moving your mouth?
This Springsteen produces a most intriguing sound.
Even if we're just dancing in the dark, or was dancing in the night. You have a radio? Turn it on. 1270 on the AM dial.
Thank you for the coordinates.
So soon, after all 5 Autobot tanks are filled. That's 8240. Please charge it to my BlackRock Gold Priority card. Yeah, sure. And after the payment is made. Strange guys. The one who paid me was double-jointed or something. I think the one I spoke with was a ventriloquist. Maybe they're all part of some traveling circus. That bunch of stiffs? Nah. Is a plastic rectangle all that is needed to obtain fuel here, Bumblebee? The Autobots have a special arrangement with J.B. Blackrock, the owner of that and other fuel supply stations. He gives us gasoline and we defend him from Decepticons. Wheeljack built converters in our fuel intakes that allow us to change the gasoline into a form we can use.
Bumblebee, do you receive me?
Yes, Optimus. Go ahead.
J.B. Blackrock has just informed me of a Decepticon plan to steal sonic energy. Their possible area of attack includes your vicinity. He says the humans' military forces are confused as to what this means, and appear inadequate to deal with the Decepticons. Anyway, any comments?
The Autobots stop in a nearby parking lot to consider their leader's transmission. The source of sonic energy could possibly be a human gathering called a concert, Bumblebee. One is occurring soon at Municipal Stadium nearby. I overheard Skid's idea.
I overheard Skid's idea. Proceed immediately to investigate. But remember, obey the humans' rules, and do not engage the enemy. I will arrive soon with a backup squad.
Understood, Optimus. Remember, Autobots, heed the speed limit Hey, you guys! Can't you read? You coming in to eat or what? Our apologies, Sign Enforcement Officer. We'll leave.
We just popped off our tanks anyway. Perhaps on another occasion we can accept your kind invitation.
And it says, baby, we were born to run. Or that's what it's supposed to be. It's called Born to Ride. And also up here it says, cause champs like us, yeah. So yeah, it's like a Bruce Springsteen parody or something. But not me. I fear the fuel they serve would corrode my pipelines.
Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., at the office of Forrest Forsyth, director of the government's top secret III, Intelligence and Information Institute.
Mr. Forsyth is expecting you, Mr. Barnett. Go in. Hello, Walter. I had you rushed here because the situation's deteriorating. Rapidly. As you know, so far we've failed miserably trying to stop those giant robots. We don't know what they are, where they come from, or what they want. They keep popping up like weeds. That mess off the Oregon coast is just the latest example. A lot of civilians saw what happened. The couple in there were walking along the beach when they witnessed it. We're finding out what we can from them. What can I do, sir? Public hysteria is spreading. If the military can't stop the robots, then we've got to do something to stop the panic. Come up with a plausible story. I'll be frank with you, Walt. The White House is on Triple I's case. They're putting the screws to me, so I'm putting them to you. You were hired for your brains. Figure out a solution, or else we'll both be checking the want ads. Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
Municipal Stadium. 80,000 men and women have gathered here to dance, scream themselves hoarse, and generally have a great time at the concert of the year. And 5 others are about to join them. According to the map coordinates the Ark relayed to us, this structure ahead is our destination. Look! The humans have posted official welcomers.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Wait a minute. That's $4, buddy. Sounds like a rather rude welcome to me. We're new here, Hoist. Don't presume to understand local customs so quickly. Great gaskets! Look at everyone here. And there's lots of humans, too.
That's the bunch. Let's get 'em. Uh-oh. Autobots. Park and deactivate facsimile circuits. This is one time we don't want humans to appear responsible for our actions.
Look, you all.
Hey, where'd he go?
No one here either. The driver just vanished.
Those kids must have run off into the crowd.
We'll never find him. Let's go.
We must be more careful. Again, we violated Optimus' orders and failed to heed the human signs. Apparently, a fee was required to enter this parking lot. But why would anyone pay to sit here when the concert's in there? You forget. Concerts are for humans. Cars are not allowed in. Then they should at least let us watch on television. Tracks, our orders are to just wait and observe.
Looking through a gap in the stadium wall, Bumblebee uses his high-resolution optical modules to clearly see all the way to the stage area, where he witnesses the spectacular entrance of Brick Springhorn and the 10th Avenue Band. Born in America. Instantly, the crowd reacts as one with an explosion of frenzied, gleeful appreciation, surrendering themselves completely to the music. I was born in America. Their sound clearly generates a very strong, positive reaction from the audience. My analysis indicates a rhythmic tonal quality tracks that positively stimulates the cerebral circuitry. I would expect it to scramble their auditory control centers instead, which means I like it. Minutes later. Something is wrong with the music. So, you finally agree with me. No, Trax. That's not what I meant. The sound is muffled, scratchy, as if a large part of it were suddenly missing. I think you're right, Skids. Because from what I can see, the audience looks very unhappy. Yet the band plays just as before. Wait! I see something different. Something I didn't see earlier. It could be what's causing the problem. I bet it's the Decepticons put it there. Let's find out what it is. We'll head for behind the stage area. That's where the cable leading to the device seems to come from. Wait! Another sign. Remember Optimus's instructions. But 80,000 humans were looking forward to this concert, and the Decepticons are possibly ruining it. You know, Skids, I think sign reading is too advanced for this training session. We haven't once gotten it right yet. Hey, who let those cars in here? Look, the cable goes straight to the ground. No, it goes nowhere. The result is instantaneous. And welcome. Margarita, jump little lighter. Hey, yo! This area is restricted! Get out of... Decepticons! In seconds, Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker transform into their jet modes and soar above the stadium, while the crowd below, thinking the jets are a surprise part of the show, cheers wildly. Those fleshling lovers have ruined our plans. Destroy them! Autobots, transform and prepare for battle! But Optimus Prime told us to wait for... I'm running this class, not Oops. The collapsing ground swallows up Bumblebee before he completes his sentence. We're on our own, Autobots. Let's make Bumblebee proud of us. For once I agree with you, Trax. This liquid nitrogen should knock your drone rocket out. Cold, Decepticon. And an explosive dose of my electronic jamming missile seems to have thrown off your aim. But one errant piece of Starscream's cluster bomb finds a target. What's all the commotion? Hey! It's collapsing! Allow me to lend a helping hand. What? What are you? I am Hoist. Don't worry. I'm quite adept at repairs. I'll take care of this. You take care of your audience. Continue playing? No? Your audience might become concerned otherwise. He's got a point, big man. We've got a potential panic situation here. After explaining Hoist's presence as a new addition to the show, Brick launches into his next song, more fired up than ever. And, just as before, his fans quickly lose themselves in the waves of sound sweeping over them, ignoring everything else. While off to one side, Hoist, virtually unnoticed, uses a built-in acetylene torch to weld the scaffolding back together. Meanwhile, so this is where that cable goes. Someone dug this cavern under the stadium. And I recognize that machine from Cybertron. It's a power siphon. It must have been sapping sound energy through that device I saw, and converting it into energon cubes. But not anymore, Bumblebee. Shockwave! You ruined the machine! Snapping the cable caused an electrical feedback that fused its circuitry. You had no right to take these from these humans what doesn't belong to you. Bah! It is illogical for any Transformer to harbor sympathy for such primitive, contemptible creatures. I take what I want from them. I think I shall now take their lives. Silence envelops the stadium as 80,000 people look up to see the lethal, looming form of Shockwave. With one blast, he can turn these people into a smoking pile of ashes. But first, he has to hit them. Just as it's releasing an enormous amount of X-ray energy, the cube enters the opening of Shockwave's gun barrel and bears the brunt of the burst, spilling its explosive contents within the barrel. The result is awesome. Wow! Brick never had a light show before. This is better than anything on MTV. Meanwhile, Shockwave is helplessly flung miles away by the tremendous force of his own gun's backfire. And the other 3 Decepticons, battered by the other Autobots, pathetically follow their helpless leader. What's happening to them? They're turning back into cars. I bet they were responsible for the sound problems. Stay back. Let security handle this. Don't anybody leave. Sorry, but, we just realized we're not authorized to be back here. Bye-bye. I hope they appreciate your newfound respect for their laws, Bumblebee. I think they were more appreciative that we finally left. A few miles later.
Bumblebee, why have you and your trainees left your observation posts?
Optimus Prime. We concluded there was no Decepticon threat at the stadium. At least, not any longer.
Did you observe any enemy presence there?
Well, we did. But we routed Shockwave, Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker in battle. Against your orders, Commander?
You were told not to engage the enemy until I arrived. You put yourself and your trainees in serious risk.
I know. I apologize. I'm prepared to accept whatever reprimand you deem appropriate.
Still, those were impressive odds you beat, and your loyalty has always been unwavering. I suppose you did what you thought you had to do.
I did, Commander. There was no other choice.
Oh, and why was that?
Well, if there's one thing we all learned from this mission, above all else, it's that here on Earth, rain or shine, the show must go on. Next, can it be a human who can control the Transformers? meet I, Robot Master. So that's the end of that comic. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.